Namaste. Welcome to the Sandhi series on Janaki Uvacha. In this first lesson, we are going to learn Deergha Sandhi with examples and questions. Let's start our learning with a prayer to the Guru. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Deergha means long. In Sanskrit, vowels can be hrasva or short or Deergha, that is long. This Sandhi is called Deergha Sandhi because when two similar vowels come together, they combine to form the Deergha form of that vowel. For example, dharma plus arthi gives dharmarthi. Here, the last letter of the first word is a and the first letter of the second word is a. These two letters join to give a, which is the Deergha form. Let us see how this is generally represented. But really, what does all of this mean? Let's break it down. Let's take the first formula of the four. This formula actually contains 4 cases. Let's see each case. In formulas like this, the first component denotes the last letter of the first word. The second component denotes the first letter of the second word. This is because Sandhi happens between the last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word, as we learnt in the introduction video of this series. If you haven't seen that yet, I suggest that you learn the basics before continuing with this lesson. So the first case tells us that if our first word ends with a and our second word also starts with a, then they both will join to give a. For example, Shabda plus Arthaha gives Shabdarthaha. Similarly, Pada plus Arthaha gives Padarthaha. Case 2. In case 2, our first word ends with a, but our second word starts with a. When both of them join, they give a. As in, Hima plus Alayaha gives Himalayaha. Or, Parama plus Anandaha gives Paramanandaha. In case 3, our first word ends with a and our second word starts with a. There also, the result of joining is a. Like, Vidya plus Arthi is Vidyarthi. Or, Bhiksha plus Arthi is Bhiksharthi. In our last case, the first word ends with a and our second word also starts with a. In this case also, the result will be a. Like Vidya plus Alayaha, Vidyalayaha. Daya plus Anandaha, Dayanandaha. Notice here that in all 4 cases, the result is always a Deergha Akara. So whether we have a plus a plus a plus a, or a plus a, the result is always a. This is the basic idea behind Deergha Sandhi. You already know how to read these formulas, so let us apply the same idea here. Again, this gives us 4 cases. If the first word ends with E and the second word starts with E, then they combine to form E. For example, Kavi plus Indraha gives Kavindraha. Can you guess what happens here? When the first word ends with a hrasva ikara and the second word starts with a Deergha ikara, we get ikara as the result. Like Muni plus Ishaha, Munishaha. Case 3 is when the first word ends with a Deergha ikara and the second word starts with an hrasva ikara. They join to give ikara. For example, Mahati plus icha gives mahaticha. Case 4 is when two Deergha ikaras join to form one Deergha ikara. Like Lakshmi plus Ishwaraha gives Lakshmishwaraha. So just like we saw with a and a, all four combinations give us the same Deergha vowel E. Formula 3. We have 4 cases for the third formula as well. The result is always a Deergha ukara. Case 1. Two hrasva ukaras give us a Deergha ukara. Sadhu plus upadeshaha gives sadhupadeshaha. Case 2. One hrasva ukara and a Deergha ukara gives us a Deergha ukara. Sindhu plus urmihi gives us sindhurmihi. Case 3. Deergha ukara and then a hrasva ukara gives us Deergha ukara. Vadhu plus utsavaha gives us vadhutsavaha. Case 4. Two Deergha ukaras give us one Deergha ukara. Bhu plus urdhvam gives bhurdhvam. So once again, all 4 combinations give us the Deergha form oo. Formula 4. Finally, we have the same pattern with rikara. The formula is r or r plus r or r gives us r. The same 4 cases apply here as well, but the combinations involving r and r are much less common in ordinary Sanskrit words. One example would be pitru plus rinam gives pitrunam. You will come across these combinations much less frequently than the combinations involving akara, ikara and ukara. So joining two words is quite easy in Dīrgha Sandhi. We know that whatever the combination of hrasva and Deergha is, the result is always the Deergha form of the letter. In short, similar vowels combine to give one Deergha vowel. But what about splitting? Joining two words is easy, splitting is a little more tricky. Because if I give you a word like Vidyarthi, how would you know how to split it? Would it be Vidya plus Arthi, or Vidya plus Arthi, or Vidya plus Arthi, or Vidya plus Arthi? The correct answer here is actually Vidya plus Arthi. How did I know that? Because I knew the individual forms of the words and their meaning. I knew that Vidya means knowledge and Arthi is the one who wants or seeks something. So Vidyarthi is someone who wants or seeks knowledge, a student. So if we know the individual words, we will be able to split them properly. Getting exposed to a lot of words is therefore the way to go. Let's do that with some exercises. Let's look at some Sandhi-viccheda questions. Question number 1. Devalayaha. Can we split as Deva plus Alayaha? Vadhuktihi. Vadhu plus Uktihi. Datrunam. Datru plus Runam. Lakshmeendraha. Lakshmi plus Indraha. Dhanarthi. Dhana plus Arthi. Bhanudayaha. Bhanu plus Udayaha. Mahashayaha. Maha plus Ashayaha. Kavindraha. Kavi plus Indraha. Pariksha. Pari plus Iksha. Vidhurdhvam. Vidhu plus Urdhvam. Now let's join two words. Ati plus iva gives ativa. Hotru plus rikaraha is hotrukaraha. Prithvi plus ishwaraha is prithvishwaraha. Matru plus rinam matrunam. साधु प्लस उपदेशः साधूपदेशः. कुश प्लस आसनं कुशासनं. वधू प्लस उत्सवः वधूत्सवः. महती प्लस इच्छा महतीच्छा. शश प्लस अंकः शशांकः. रजनी प्लस ईशः रजनीशः. With that, we come to the end of Dīrgha Sandhi. If you have any doubts, please drop it in the comments or write to us at janaki.uvacha@gmail.com. Namaste.
Sadgurum